You could have the steady job, a quiet little apartment, money in the bank, and still feel totally unsettled. Why? Because peace doesn't come from what you have, it comes from how you feel. We grow up being told to chase stability, a consistent paycheck, a solid daily routine, a safe place to call home, a little emergency savings, just in case. And yeah, all of that does matter. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself, where did my definition of peace even come from? Because if you really think about it, most of us never chose, we absorbed. Some of it came from survival, from moments where we just needed to feel okay. Some of it we pieced together on the fly, trying to make sense of chaos. And some of it runs so deep, we don't even realize it's still shaping how we live. Not all of it came from school or parents. Here's the hard truth. You can build a stable life on the outside and still feel completely off on the inside. Because external stability without internal alignment, it's a trap. And the tricky part is, we don't even realize we're in it. We start convincing ourselves that chasing those external wins will fix the internal noise. So we build checklists, promotion, apartment, income, thinking they'll fix the noise inside. They help, but peace doesn't come from the outside in. It comes from the inside out. We rarely stop to ask the real questions. What kind of life do I want to live, not just achieve? What does peace actually feel like for me? Who would I be if I stopped trying to be what others expect? We treat stability like it's the finish line. But maybe it's just a distraction from the deeper stuff. We're told to find meaning in accomplishments. The formula goes: go to school, get a job, buy a house, find a partner, stay busy, stay safe. We follow it, not always because it feels right, but because it's what everyone says leads to a good life. But here's the thing. Sometimes we already know the answers to life's big questions. We've heard them 1,000 times. Love is the meaning. Find your purpose. Connection is everything. But if we know the answers, why haven't we found peace? Because when someone hands you the answer, before you've asked the question yourself, it'll just feel like another Instagram quote with no soul behind it. Because how we come to understand meaning shapes the meaning itself. You can't just inherit peace. You have to earn it through curiosity, discomfort, and truth. You have to sit with the hard questions. You have to unlearn what never really belonged to you. You've got to wrestle with the questions. So yeah, you've got to get lost and question everything. Because only in the unraveling do you start to rebuild what's real, not because someone handed you the truth, but because you earned through silence, curiosity, and brutal honesty. That's where the real work begins. You should know. You should know why you were taught to earn love through performance. Why you tied your worth to providing, achieving, doing. Why don't cry felt like a rule, not a suggestion. Ask yourself, who felt uncomfortable when I showed emotion? Whose pain was I protecting by staying quiet? You should know why you either feel everything all the time or feel nothing at all. Because both are survival strategies. Too much empathy. You learn to scan the room for tension, to anticipate, to manage, to fix. No empathy. You had to shut down just to make it through. You should ask, if I died today, did I ever truly live for me? Did I do what I loved, or just what made me lovable? Was I chasing purpose, or just approval? You deserve to know if the beliefs you live by are actually yours, or just echoes of someone else's fear, shame, or pain. Because let's be real, a lot of what we carry isn't even ours. It's passed down, projected, pieced together in chaos. We built entire identities just trying to survive in a world that kept asking for more. So here's the challenge. Take a moment. Sit with the real questions. Maybe even write them down. Answer one a day, one a week, doesn't matter. Just start, because if you don't face your demons, they'll raise your kids. This isn't about blaming your parents or attacking your past. It's about realizing that unexamined wounds tend to repeat themselves. And when you choose to face those hard questions, you break the cycle. You open up space for healing. You give yourself, and everyone who comes after you, a shot at something better. Even if it's slow, even if it's messy, that's reason enough to keep going. Here's the thing. Not everyone can just wake up and say, "This belief isn't mine," because sometimes the belief is holding your whole identity together. Questioning it feels like pulling the rug out from under your own feet. And that's terrifying. We're wired to resist vulnerability. We cling to what's familiar, even when it hurts. Why? Because stepping into the unknown feels like surrendering control. And humans, we hate that. We'll take a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. And sometimes, facing the truth means admitting that the people we love, parents, family, culture, may have passed down fear, hurt, or broken ways of being. That's not easy to admit. But listen, acknowledging the broken parts of your past isn't betrayal. It's bravery. It's not about blame. It's about truth. And truth, that's the gateway to healing. If this is your first time confronting stuff like this, yeah, it might feel overwhelming. But ask yourself, do I want the truth or just comfort? Do I want out of hell, or am I just scared of heaven? Because healing isn't some perfect destination. It's a messy, real brave-ass journey. And every journey starts with one step. So maybe the meaning of life isn't something we're given. Maybe it's something we build one choice at a time. So ask yourself again, what do I live for? And don't forget, your beliefs didn't form in a vacuum. They were shaped by culture, upbringing, survival. None of us come out untouched. Yes, we still have to work, still have bills, still live in this messy, chaotic world. But maybe, just maybe, we get to choose how we do it. With a little more honesty, a little more heart, a little more realness. Maybe your purpose is building something better. For yourself, for the ones who come after. Or maybe it's just about showing up a little more true than you did yesterday. Not perfect, just real. So please, don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself and others a little more grace. See your struggles as plot twists, not punishments. And remember, no one can steal your story. So write it like it matters. And if there is a God, make your story worth watching. Because peace, it's earned, and you're earning it now.